and certainly Alabama struggled on defense. But Bryce Young was definitely the good. He and Jahmyr Gibbs. I know Gibbs couldn't quite come up with that swing pass out of the backfield, that little circle route that would have got a first down, maybe even scored the winning touchdown. But when you look at him, he still reached the end zone 3 times. He had, over 150 all-purpose yards, so he had a good game. But Bryce Young was amazing. He threw for 455 yards, 2 touchdowns, didn't turn it over. Was a Houdini out there, was able to make people miss, throw people open. Did a great job. Of course, if you want to talk about the bad, Alabama didn't have a good defensive plan against Tennessee. And it all started, there's so many people have been critical of the big plays in the passing game and the secondary, but really it starts up front. And I said that Alabama needed to make Tennessee one-dimensional and stop the run. They did not. They gave up 182 yards rushing. Yeah. If you'd have told me going into the game one team's going to get 182, one's going to get about 115, I would have thought it would have been reversed. It would have been in Alabama's favor, and Alabama was going to win the game. But Tennessee ran the ball really well. Credit Josh Heupel and his offensive staff. And when you can't stop the run, it makes it very difficult to get after Tennessee, because they're in down and distance situations where they can run it, and Hendon can use his legs, or they can run it with the tailback, and again, it sets up their passing game, because Alabama wasn't getting the pass rush wasn't very good. They didn't blitz much, and the only time they got in Hendon's face, one of the only times, he threw an interception to DeMarco Hellams, but they didn't get there nearly enough, and he had all day to throw. And Jalen Hyatt's an outstanding player, had the all-time best game in Tennessee history, 5 touchdowns, over 200 yards receiving. Totally credit to him. Guy's a great player. And then the ugly, it was the most atrocious, pathetic, just egregious officiated game I've ever seen in all my life. As poorly as Alabama played defensively, and they didn't play well by any stretch of the imagination. As I said, one of the keys to the game was going to be winning the turnover battle, and Alabama actually did 2-1. But the only problem is Alabama's turnover came at a